All right, welcome everybody to episode 2 of the DNSI 2016 podcast. We're very excited that you came back to join us for this episode, and we have a very special episode here, a very special guest joining us. He is a member of the Discovery Education community as a community member before, and now his role's changed a little bit. So I'm going to let him explain all that to you, and as we go, we'll kind of talk about the impact that it'll have at Summer Institute. So David, welcome and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hey, Brandon, thank you for having me today, and good afternoon, morning, or evening, depending upon when you are catching this episode and where you are. My name is David Fisher. I am in Boca Raton, Florida. I am the Community Engagement Manager for Florida and Louisiana. After 24 years in the classroom, I stepped away from that and just recently joined the Discovery Education team in February. And I have been a longtime member of the community over the past 8-9 years, and have had the great fortune to have attended several Summer Institutes. So they are very special and near and dear to my heart for many reasons, because as a classroom teacher, their impacts certainly changed the way that I operated in my classroom for years.
All right. Can you talk a little bit about your experience as an attendee? Maybe Summer Institute's changed so much over the years. What's some advice you can offer up to a first-time attendee?
So one of the great things that's happened lately in the past couple of years with the Summer Institute is the operation of the Blue Crew. So for those who are coming in and this is your first Summer Institute, there will be a group of people there who will greet you at the door and introduce themselves to you and guide you through the process of registering, getting your room keys, and in some cases will go as far as helping you unpack your car and lug your stuff to your room. So the first piece of advice that I would give to somebody is, if you've gone to summer camp, sleepaway camp, that is, there's always those counselors and CITs who are there to give you a hand. So this is like, people refer to this as summer camp for adults. So these people who you'll meet the first day who will help you get settled in, just, get their names, their room numbers, and latch onto them right away. They'll be happy to help you out. The other thing is just stop and take a minute and just look around and see what's happening. And not in the sense that, oh, I'm going to be completely overwhelmed, but just really take a look around and see how people navigate what's happening that first day. And walk up to anybody if you have a question and say, hey, I'm David, I have a question, can you help me out? There will be no one there who will turn you away and not answer your question, or if need be, take you by the hand to the person you really need to talk to. So there's nothing there that should in any way provide any sort of fear for having a great experience over the course of the rest of the week.
So my big question is, how many people are going to go up to somebody and say, hi, I'm David?
Well, listen, there could be a couple. There will be at least 2 of us there with that name that I know of. So, but it's always a good thing, go up and ask that question.
You talked a little bit about people, kind of the Blue Crew, and taking you where you need to go, and sleepaway camp. This is definitely not your little brother's sleepaway camp. It's definitely a family feel.
Absolutely.
Where does that come from, do you think?
I think it comes from different places. First of all, we're all teachers. We're all educators. Those who are there in attendance and those who are there, like myself, who are part of the DEN team, who are there, organizing and making sure everything runs smoothly. But I think, teachers in general have that very familial attitude and that really collegial attitude towards each other. We're not going to let anybody, slip and slide away or get lost in what's going on. and it's certainly not uncommon for any of us to go up to somebody else who's looking a little astray and say, hey, is everything all right? And, can we help you with something? So I think it stems from the people who were there and truly who they really are. So the people who were there, the way they behave, that's the way they behave every single day. There's nothing different about that. It's just who we are as people, and that makes this event really special.
Those are great points. The term "spread the Den love" or "share the Den love" is one that's used, and it's put into play. It's put in action. It's not just said. So great points there. David, how's your role going to change a little bit this Summer Institute?
So this year, I move away from being an attendee like you are and others who are listening, to being part of the Discovery Education team that helps to organize the entire event. So I can't really say at this particular moment what I'm specifically going to be doing, but I will be there as part of the team to help keep things organized and running and moving along, and certainly always available to help out anybody who's got a question about where they need to go, what's going on, timing, schedules, locations, anything. So it's going to be a little different. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm still really excited to be there because I think even as a member of the Discovery Education team, it's still a great place for me to connect with people and learn as well, just like for everyone else who's going to be there.
You can't give us any small clues about anything?
I can't. I probably could, but then someone we know very well might not be too happy with my response. So I'm just going to hold on to it for myself for a bit. But I'll be fully visible and not hidden away. So don't worry.
For me. One last thing before I let you go. I know you're a busy man, so thank you for taking time out of your day.
Absolutely. Take whatever time you need, Brandon. It's yours.
Are you going to be there Thursday night? Do you have a costume planned out already?
As far as I know, I will be there Thursday night, and I do not have a costume planned out yet. I'm still working on that. But whatever it is, everyone will have the same opportunity to comment on it, whether good, bad, or indifferent.
All right. Well, the theme this year, as you know, is joy. So we're definitely looking to see a lot of joy out there, from everyone in attendance. All right, David, thank you for being here. Any last piece of advice to give to maybe a first-time attendee or someone who's been many years before you head out today?
I think the best piece of advice is just go in with an open mind and look to connect with as many people as you possibly can. And remember, the whole idea of the Summer Institute is really three very important things, I think, for us as educators. One, go in and learn something new. Two, connect with people, because we're in a position as educators, especially classroom teachers, you're in a room with bodies all day long, but they're not necessarily big bodies and they can't really support you the way that your colleagues can. So connect with people, and of course, share with each other, because that's where the real magic happens. The only other piece of advice I would give, especially to people who are there for the first time, is you don't need to go to every session that is booked for every hour. It's perfectly okay to step aside and find a chair and take a nap chat for 15 minutes. And remember that a conversation you have with somebody sitting across the table with a cup of coffee instead of going into a room with 25 other people can be as equally or more meaningful to you than going in and listening to what's happening in that room. So always think about what's best for you while you're there and the best way that you're going to learn and connect with others, because it's really all about that.
Great advice, and definitely 15-minute naps versus 3-hour naps, chatting and looking at you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, David, thank you once again for joining us. And everybody else, for all your Summer Institute information, head to densummerinstitute.com. Great site put on by Leanne and Dave T. Not this David, different David.
Yep.
So check that out, and we will see you in Chicago.
You got it. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate it.
Thank you.